Hey guys, welcome to today's stream. In the last stream, we have worked on adding our credit card screen where we have added this card expense statistics chart and then the cards list. And I told you that we will today work on adding the form input. So let's get started with that. As usual, we go to our card screen here. Then we will add a slivered box container. Then this one, it is adding a new card, so it should go under this card module. I will call it new card from form. Let me import things from material. So the material widget is built on top of foundation. So now that we have it, we'll export new card form. Then we will call that here. So as we have the form here, and if you see this, so this is a column, and so we will have a column here and then a title here. Okay, then we will add make the cross axis alignment. Let's add some spacing here. Then there is this card, which is a container. And let's remove this const. ಏನಮ್ಮ ಫೋನ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡವನೆ. ಸರಿ, then we'll add a child here, which is a column again. So we will copy this text. Then we'll have a text widget with this text. So yes, I see this, and actually there is no drop shadow, it was disabled. So maybe I'll just remove this and just maintain this corner radius is 20. Then I'll add some padding. The font is 12. And the color is this one. Okay, now we are here, we have a form here. So in Flutter you have a form widget which you can use to include form elements inside, and this only takes in a single child. So you can have a column or row inside it. And for text input you have text field. So it will be like this. You can of course style it. Like this, and but this text input, sorry, this text field does not have any like validation or anything. So instead you can use text form field, and let's remove this const from here and put it here. So now you can see this is what it is. Okay, we have the space here. We'll also leave some space here. Then there should be space between input fields. So name on the card, then the card number. Okay. Yes. So this will be the okay, this should have been the card number, right? This is the card type, then this is the name on the card. And if you see the design, it has the label separately. So, and also this the design, it repeats, right? So what I'll do is, in the lib folder, I'll create widgets which is shared by all the modules. So I'll call it as dash input so now we need to take in a label which is a string. Then we need to take in a placeholder which is again a string. Both are required. So these two things are essential for now. We'll add more things as they come up. Now I'll add this text form field, then also a text field here. So yes, and here I'll remove this. Then for the hint text, I'll add the placeholder. So invalid const value. So yes, now we have this. I can just replace this one with this. And of course we are going to add a barrel file here as well. And import it here. Did styling a bit, and this one uses a different color. And the size would be 13 here. It is 16, even then it looks yeah, it looks good to me. So I'll just keep it. Then just a bit of size here. So yes, this is perfect. Then the placeholder, classic. This is the card type. So yes, I know that we have not added any validation, so I'll show you in a minute. So this is the card name, or sorry, the name on the card. Next is the card number. So this is a placeholder like a number, and this is getting very annoying with all these wiggly lines. So there you have it. And I have not added any placeholder for this, because if you see it is a date field, right? So we'll have a date field here. So what I'll do is I'll add a date picker component or widget. So here we need to add a button, elevated button. Pick a date. So the last date. Okay, there you have it. Go here and copy these, copy these also. So now you can just export and import this. Okay, we have it something like this. So what I'll do, I'll style this date picker. Let's have the color as white. Color is white, and then elevation 0. Then we will have a border. Okay, border side grid. Then we need to stretch it. One way I found is, so let me show you. If we wrap it with expanded, when you are using it inside a column, right, it tries to expand, and it causes a problem because it does not know where to stop. So instead you can just put it inside a row. size with width. Okay, I think I should wrap this around the row. Now it is perfect because the text inside it is inside a row. Now it is forced to adapt to the parent size. So let's go a bit. This is too much. I'm just trying to match the input form field size. So next what we have is the date, right? For that yeah, let's worry about it later. I can just have like final date time selected date. This will be set as the initial date. And then okay, you can actually format this date format okay, date format nice. So we have the date, month, and then year. Okay, and after that we also need to have a placeholder, sorry, the label, right? For that we can have a column which has cross alignment start, and just copy this label thing from here. That solves it. So, and this can be like this. Then we can just change the color here, foreground color to be black, so it does not pick from the primary color. Now we have it, everything. And this one, this style, I'll go with this color. Input also, I'll have the hint text color to be this one. So now it is uniform everywhere. Next is we have a tiny detailing here. We need to have this is the border color, right? So we can have the enabled border, as this one. So you can just add it here with a border radius. Anyway, I want to add a border radius which will be like 16, and remove these two. Yes, so I have it correctly. Okay, cool. We got our correctly. Okay, there is issue. So that is how you add the form inputs, guys. And to control them, you can have like for input, to get the input in it, you can have text editing controller. Okay, sorry. And also you can have a callback function to validate the input, which will go here, not in the decoration but validator. And there are some libraries which give you these validators, like to validate email, to validate UUID, or whatever, like it's based on the regex, and you can create it on your own also. Like, let me see. So this one here cannot be null, that is what it says. And when you actually validate it, so how do you trigger a validation? For that you need to have a key on the form element, form widget, which is a global key with form state, which you pass it to the form here. And say you have a button here, let me add an elevated button. So when this validation is called, say now, you can see the error appears here. That is because we have the validation in place, right? And only when you type it and submit again, then it will goes away. Also you can have here input formatters. So this is where these things like this there are some default formatters here, filtering text input formatter, and you can also write it on your own. You just have to extend this text input formatter where you define what is allowed and what is not allowed through regex by defining a pattern. So here they now when I try to add space, it is not taking the space because it is denied here. Now let me comment this out. Now when I try to add space, it takes in, right? So this will be helpful if you want to remove some bad inputs, so like this space, adding space. And then you can also have pass in the input input formatters. So now where I'll be using is here, the card number in particular. This is a number field, right? We cannot allow any text or uh, other symbols to pass through. So there is this filtering text input formatter dot allow only numbers. Now I cannot input any text only or space. I can just input only numbers, and it comes in like there is a text limiting here, which is again the instance of this text limiting. You set the maximum and length enforced or truncated after composition ends. So only 16 numbers are allowed here. So if I try to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I'm not able to enter it because already there is 16 numbers here. So that is what, guys, that is what you can do with this input formatters and validators, which will be very helpful, and you'll be using them if you are properly constructing a form. And last but not the least, this here it seems that the card is getting hidden, and then for that you can have like obscure text true or false. So most of the time it will be false, but for password or things like this it will be true. So by default we will make false, and for the card number we will have the obscure as true. Now if you enter any number here, it will appear as dots like this. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you add a form. And yeah, let's just style this card. So we'll add some height here, then we need to stretch it, right?